What if your wedding night wasn't about passion, but about patience? What if the most intimate moment of your life wasn't about touching skin, but touching hearts? My name is Charlotte. I'm 27 years old, from a quiet little village outside Manchester. The kind where everyone knows each other, and life moves slowly. I never imagined I'd end up marrying someone I met at a friend's engagement party in London, but life surprises you like that. His name is James. He's 30. Thoughtful, calm, a bit awkward but sweet. We didn't fall madly in love. We grew into each other, one conversation at a time. Our wedding day was simple but beautiful. A garden ceremony, close friends, family, a string quartet playing under gray clouds. There was laughter, a few tears, and too many hugs to count. James wore a navy suit with a blush pink tie. I wore my mom's vintage veil, stitched lovingly into a new dress. We danced barefoot on the grass when the DJ speaker gave out. People clapped, cried, and took too many blurry photos. And then, after the dance, after the cake, after the speeches, came the part I was quietly dreading. The night. The car ride back to our flat in London was mostly quiet. James kept glancing at me with a small, nervous smile. I kept my hands folded in my lap, heart thudding quietly in my chest. I wasn't scared of him, but I was scared of expectations. The weight of stories I'd heard from friends, or seen in films. Some said it was magical, others cried. Some felt nothing, some felt pain. And me? I didn't know how I'd feel. I wasn't sure if I was ready for what was supposed to happen, and more than anything, I didn't want to disappoint anyone. He unlocked the front door and let me in first. The flat was clean, cozy, softly lit with fairy lights. There weren't rose petals or candles, just warmth, simplicity. A home, my new home. I went into the bedroom to change. I had a satin nightgown my sister had gifted me. Light blue, soft, not revealing, just lovely. I stood in front of the mirror for a moment, took a deep breath, and walked back out. James was sitting on the edge of the sofa, tie gone, top buttons open. When he saw me, he stood up too quickly and bumped his knee on the coffee table. I smiled. He winced, and we both laughed. That broke the tension instantly. He looked as nervous as I felt. I was going to say something charming, he said, but I've forgotten all my lines. That made it easier somehow. That silliness, that little clumsy honesty, it made me feel human again, not like a character in someone else's story. We sat on the couch for a bit. He went to the kitchen and made tea. Not wine, not champagne, tea. I love that. Chamomile, with honey. He handed me a mug and our fingers touched lightly. Just that tiny contact made my stomach flutter. The good kind of flutter. You okay? He asked. I think so, I replied quietly. There was a pause. Not an awkward one, just thoughtful. Then he smiled and said, Charlotte, I want you to know something. Tonight isn't a performance. It's not a box to tick. I just want us to be us. He asked if he could sit beside me. I nodded. Then he asked if he could hold my hand. I nodded again. He reached out gently. His palm was warm. His fingers curled softly around mine. No pressure, just presence. He started talking casually, telling me how he'd forgotten to eat lunch and nearly fainted during the vows. How his best man tripped on the aisle ribbon. How he thought my dad was going to kill him after that emotional speech. He even admitted he'd been Googling how to be a good husband 2 nights before the wedding. I laughed, and the tension in my body began to melt. It felt like I was talking to my best friend, not someone I was supposed to impress or fear. Then silence returned, but this time it felt safe. He turned slightly to face me. "Can I kiss your forehead?" he asked. Something in me cracked open. Not fear, not desire, just relief. I nodded. He leaned forward and kissed me gently, right at the center. A kiss that said, "You're safe with me." Not rushed, not expected, just kind. My eyes welled up. He noticed. "Too much?" he asked gently. "No," I whispered. "It's perfect, just not what I expected." He asked if I wanted to lie down just to rest. I said yes. We didn't change. We didn't undress. We lay down side by side, still in the soft light. My head rested on his chest, his arm wrapped around my back. I could hear his heartbeat, slow, steady, strong. We didn't speak for a while. We didn't need to. He stroked my hair gently, occasionally brushing his fingers along my arm. It sent tiny sparks down my skin. Not lust, just closeness, just love. The kind that makes you want to breathe slower, to take in everything. At some point, he whispered, "Whenever you're ready, Charlotte. It doesn't have to be tonight or tomorrow. What matters is that you feel safe, that you feel wanted, not pressured." And I cried, silently, because all day I'd carried this tightness, this weight. And in one moment, he made it all dissolve. I had prepared myself for discomfort, for pretending, but not for gentleness, not for this. He wiped my tears, kissed the corner of my eye. Then he reached over and tucked a loose strand of my hair behind my ear. That single gesture, so simple, felt more intimate than anything else. And then, only then, did I let him kiss me. Soft, unsure, real. And in that kiss, there wasn't perfection. There was connection. That night wasn't about the physical. It was about trust. It was about two people choosing kindness over performance, presence over pressure. We slept wrapped around each other, no expectations, just peace. And when I woke the next morning, I looked at him, hair messy, breath warm, arms still holding me, and I smiled. Not because we did everything perfectly, but because we did everything gently. And that's what I want every girl to know. Your first night isn't a test. It's a beginning. Let it be tender. Let it be honest. Let it be yours. And to every man, make her feel seen. Make her feel safe. Because that is where true love begins. In softness, in slowness, in small, honest moments that say, "I'm here, with you, for real."